Hey guys, how you doing? Brian Holder here, Brian Holder Graphic and Web Design, coming at you with a video website review for a barnamedsue.com. If you want one of these video website reviews for your website, head on over to my Fiverr gig at brianholder.net/Fiverr, Fiverr. So today we're going to be talking about a barnamedsue.com. And a Bar Named Sue is a bar in Salt Lake City, Utah. Their primary concern with the website is the overall SEO and the website's performance. So today we're going to discuss some of the things that we can do to improve the site's search engine optimization, and also a few tips that we can do to improve the overall site's conversion, and trying to really hone in on what it is that we want to get out of this website. So first off, let's discuss the website's SEO. It doesn't appear that we've really done much of it. I'm not sure if you're not familiar with it, or if you hired somebody to do it and they didn't do a very good job, but there is some concern for the search engine optimization. Right now we're looking at the homepage of the website, and you want to rank for things such as Salt Lake City Bar, Salt Lake City Entertainment, but realistically those words really don't appear anywhere. There may be some. I didn't read this whole block of text, which, by the way, none of your visitors will either. But it may appear in somewhere in here. But as far as the prominent stuff goes, you have this title tag right here. This is an H1, and it says a bar named Sue. H1, which is your title tag, is the absolute most important title on a page. That's why it's number one. And this should be what says, bar in Salt Lake City. Or you could kind of name it anything you want, have it be just a bar in Salt Lake City or something like that. Style it up real nice. Um, but right now it just says a bar named Sue, and when you type in a bar named Sue, that's what you rank for. This is your H2, and it's all it says is event calendar, and the same with VIP login. Okay. You have a couple links up here for food, beer, whiskey. I didn't really know that those were links right off the bat. So maybe you could do something to highlight that a little bit better. Perhaps when you roll over the word beer and the word food and the word whiskey, maybe they get like a glowing effect behind them or something. Just some kind of a transition to let people know that, hey, this is a link and you can click me. Um, I have to. I was going to ignore it, but I can't. I have an issue with the menu bar here. There's just no contrast between the menu bar and the background. In fact, it's very difficult for me to see it, and I can imagine that a lot of your community probably can't see it. I have some tips we'll get into a little bit later on what we should do with this, but you really need to just I would say bright white letters and no background on them, so that we can see the contrast between the letters and this background graphic, which looks like it's wood. Okay, but back to the SEO. The next thing is we have the title up here that shows up in the bar, and it just says a bar named Sue.com. And what we really want that to say is the best bar in Salt Lake City, or Salt Lake City's best bar, or something like that. Something that has those keywords in it that you want to rank for. That's something that Google looks for. And not only that, but when you do show up in a search engine, that's all it shows. For the blue link that's underlined that people click on, all it says is a barnamesue.com. Realistically, you would like for that to be some sort of a title. So those are our two big things that you can do for your SEO. And my last SEO tip for you is just to get more meat. It looks like you have a blog, but there's only one post in the blog. That's here we go. So here it is. It just says it's kind of like a welcome post. Here's our new blog, blah blah blah. And it looks like you're looking to get your customers to post for you. And so I know back in, it looks like June 13th of 2010 was when this was last updated. So I know back in the day that guest posting was a good thing. But as you can see, it's been well over 2 years now, almost 2.5 years. Nobody's ever guest posted. But you do have a lot of comments. I don't know if you've ever gone and looked in the comments, but it is full of spam. See, if you look down here near my Windows button, down in this region, you'll see when you hover over the link, you can see that this is Centrium dash something something whatever. All spam. All of this is spam. And there's over 1,000 comments in here with just spammy websites that unfortunately, that your website is linking to. And when Google sees stuff like that, they don't like it. So my suggestion is not to get rid of the blog, but we really need to pay a lot more attention to it. And here's why I don't think you should get rid of the blog. You're doing a lot of good things in social media. Okay? Let's take a look at your Facebook page. When I see your Facebook page, over 9,000, almost 10,000 likes. I don't know if those were purchased or if those are genuine. Looks like most of the activity is genuine. Which, oops, I just clicked on the address there. Which gets me really excited about the page. It looks like you have an event coming up on the 15th. It's a good graphic. Gets me a little bit excited for it. I start coming down. You got these beautiful pictures, these bottles, which I think you took them, but I'm not certain. You could have grabbed this picture from anywhere. I'm not sure, but it looks great. A lot of activity, people commenting and liking things, and that's all good stuff. And so it looks like we have this event here coming up on the 15th, but here's the but. When I come back to the site, there's no events listed in the event calendar. So that's just one thing that when a visitor comes, especially somebody who doesn't know much about the bar at all, the place looks like a ghost town. Looks dead. Nothing's going on. I see a couple guys having fun. No events. Let's go see what the guy down the street's got going on. That's what I would say. Now, Twitter, on the other hand, completely different story. Twitter looks like it died in December for you, December 10th of 2010. Didn't do much. I think you probably quickly learned that Twitter, most people don't really follow bars and that kind of scene on Twitter. Not a big deal. What I would consider doing is maybe getting rid of the Twitter button down here and focusing a lot more on your Facebook activity. And so, another interesting thing that I found, and I'm not even sure if you're aware of it, but you have a pretty decent-sized Foursquare presence as well. Looks like you have a bunch of different visitors, a bunch of different check-ins from people. You've got 159 votes here. So I don't know if you set this up or if it was set up for you. There's been comments here. Most of this is good. There was one negative comment. Somebody didn't like the fact that they couldn't smoke or something like that. But whatever, he's probably used to it, right? So if you're not taking advantage of Foursquare, I think in your particular case, you really should. Foursquare will give you signage for your store if you want, QR code reader so people can scan it and check in. You could do promotional things like check in and receive a free beer kind of stuff. Red Robin, I don't know if you ever heard of Red Robin or if you have any out there. It's a fast food, not really fast food, but it's a restaurant chain. I think they specialize in burgers. They do Foursquare really well, and I think if you research how they do it, you'll come up with a few different blog posts that maybe could help you out a little bit. But the reason I love Foursquare in particular is because it's social, gets people excited. They're getting a little discount or getting a free beer or something when they check in, and when they check in, that stuff gets shared to their friends who are probably like-minded, probably local to your bar. They want to come and check it out. They want to check in. They want to get a free beer, and the ball just keeps on rolling and rolling and rolling. So definitely something to consider. Foursquare can be very powerful, especially for a local business like yours. Okay, so continuing back on over to the website, I would consider just wiping the slate clean with this website. There's a lot of things that you have going for it, but there's a lot of things we need to fix with the navigation. Like for instance, with the menu, you have all these different lists, right? There 4 different things: burgers and sandwiches, deli and sandwiches. Not sure what the difference is there. Um, yeah, I would just put that down, sandwiches. Burgers and sandwiches. What's the difference between a deli? I guess you get meat, sliced meat, but still. When we go and actually look at the food menu, and I'll double check this, but I thought when I looked earlier, there was only like 6 items. This isn't what I saw earlier. Let me see if I can find what I saw earlier. It's a little bit different. Okay. What's going on here? I swear that's not what I saw earlier. I thought I saw a picture with like 6 different things on it. Did I only look at like burgers or something? All right. Well, I'm really confused. I thought I had seen something different than this earlier. Okay. Well, I'm losing my mind. These are articles. You know what? I think that's what I did. I think I clicked on this button down here. Let me see what this one does. Here we go. This is how I got to it. Okay, so that's even more confusing for your users and you see how I got confused, and I know websites pretty well. But I mean, basically you have this down here, whatever this button is for the food menu that I'm on now, and I thought you only had 6 different items here. Um, but apparently you have a lot more than that when you go into the menu button on top. But guess what? Because this menu is so dim, you can't see it. Most people are only going to click on that button at the bottom if they even go down that far. So I think you got some improvement there. I would say I think you're ready for a WordPress type installation. There's so many different plugins. You can get a plugin that will allow people to view your menu. You can get plugins that make it really easy to have contact pages and social media integration with your Facebook and hopefully with your soon-to-be Foursquare if you haven't claimed it already. I would maybe not focus so much on Twitter. Don't delete this account. Keep this account so that way you can keep the Bar Named Sue handle if you ever do need it. But I would not focus an awful lot on it, nor would I certainly wouldn't advertise it on your website at all. It's taking up a little bit of real estate here. It's not a lot of real estate, but it's a distraction. Um, and if somebody clicks on it and they go there and they see it's dead, and then they come back here and they see there's no events going on, and it just doesn't leave a very good impression to some people who aren't familiar with your bar. I'm sure your bar is great. I know it is. I've seen some of the pictures, but so that's that. Now, what to do when I would say redesign, use WordPress. I think you're going to really like it. And one of the things I would focus on is trying to somehow get an email address from your visitors. Okay, most people who are coming to the bar are coming to look for either discounts, some kind of deal, or they want to preview the menu. Okay. When it comes to like finding the location, they typically use some kind of service for that with their iPhones. They'll load up Apple Maps or Google Maps or something, search for it, find it in there. You are listed in Google. You've claimed your listing, so that's good. Um, so I would say that you really need to try and capture an email address. So most people will do that by offering something for free, a free ebook or a free report, some kind of a white paper. Your type of audience, they're not looking for that, obviously. They want some sort of discount or a free beer or something like that. And if you can afford it and you can do it, I would definitely do that to get their email address on a mailing list, and you can continue to market to them. Send them out reminders about events that are coming up. Send them out invitations to things, maybe a members only thing. Which, oh yeah, by the way, what is up with the VIP login here? I tried to find a little bit of information. You got all this real estate on it, and I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I can't even find out what it is. I was a little bit intrigued by it. Like, what does a VIP get? But I couldn't find any information on it. So that's something else that's a little bit strange that maybe you might want to consider either getting rid of or somehow improving. Um, The website is not necessarily mobile friendly here. So if I were to look at this on a mobile phone, I would get the same site. You may want to consider, if you do go to a WordPress site, look into something called a responsive theme that will scale the website down to be mobile friendly on a device, and then stretch it out to be normal size when the person is viewing it on a desktop. So another thing is the search here. I'm not sure why you have a search. There's not an awful lot going on the site. You can basically find what you need relatively easily without needing that search. And so that's basically everything I see on this page. I guess the only other tip I would be is when you do set up a new site, or if you want to fix this one, start writing articles. You got that blog in there, but it's just sitting dead. And realistically, if you want to list your site in the Google or other search engines for certain keywords, you got to have some meat on your bones. And right now, you're just bones. So what you need to do is start writing some articles, some things. You got the news. You got the news section of the blog, which looks like I thought I saw something for news and announcements. Stuff like this. You got a new beer in. It may not be a huge article, but write a little article about it. Say why you got it. We got a lot of requests for this. We finally got it in. It's, make sure you list out, keywords and put down things that people would be searching for. But you're not going to rank if you don't have that stuff on the page. And the more pages you have, the more meat you got on your bones, and the chances are you're going to start ranking for stuff. So that's my advice for you. If you have any questions for me, I urge you to contact me. You can contact me through Fiverr or go to my website at brianholder.net and contact me directly through my contact form. And we can discuss this a little bit further in detail. And I thank you for watching this video website review. Again, if you want a copy for yourself, head on over to brianholder.net/Fiverr, Fiverr, and purchase the $5 Fiverr gig, and I'll give you a review. Thanks.